read messages first, what it's kind of going to say. Yeah. So I don't know you? Okay. So bring that pad up, give me a new piece of paper, and bring your phone with you, and we're going to have some fun. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help her create a list. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize that list. Well, I'm going to categorize it first, and then I'm going to break it down on who should try the product first and that kind of thing. And then I'm going to show her how to invite them. Okay? So this should be pretty powerful. And again, all these things I'm going to go through are the list, the why. They're all in this presentation. Okay? I promise you. Come on up. I know you're nervous. Okay, so you can be comfortable. So I'm just going to have her sit down, have a seat. Yeah, push it out. Yeah. Does this move too? Is it wired? Tell me when I can stop. Can you guys see better? Can I go a little bit more? A little bit more? Test. We'll blame it on you guys. Okay. So I just got your way to your box.
Hi. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm Creation. Nice to meet y'all. I work at Wells Fargo, and then Alex over there, he came in the job and asked me if I wanted to be part of this, and I didn't. But now I did. It took me like 3 weeks to reach out to him, and now I'm here.
So what I'm going to do is, I think you just dropped your pen. So what we're going to do is I want you to create, so put here product, right there on that line. And then next to it in the middle, put sit down. And then RRP, right? Okay? And so what we're going to do is I'm going to help her build a list real quick. And here's the biggest issue that most of us do is we prejudge. So I'm actually going to kind of give it away before we do it. So here's what I would say. There's 2 reasons why you don't prejudge someone. One, if Danny asked me ever to prejudge me, I would never talk to him. He's my best friend. If he's having this much success and he doesn't talk to me, kind of weird. Wouldn't you guys agree? If he's your best friend. Second of all, God never prejudged me. I'm not going to prejudge someone else. Does that make sense? So why do we do that? Because we don't think someone's interested, or are we really just scared? We're just scared, right? Let's just be honest. Okay? And guess what we're afraid of? The rejection. No. But not so much these days, but when I grew up, my mom and dad told me no 500,000 times before I turned 18. Not so much these days, right? But we're still okay, aren't we? The worst someone's going to say to you, the worst thing someone's going to say to you is no. That's it. Here. And you're not going to get terminated. You're not going to get fired. But how many of you actually got a no and that turned into a yes later? Raise your hand. Okay. Take a deep breath in, guys. I would say 80% of my no's said yes. Honestly. Because some of them were just talking to me and watching. Right? Including my brother, my twin brother, and my sister. Who could have come in and be under millions and millions of volume today, but they're not. Because they said it wouldn't work. Does that make sense? But they told me a lie. It didn't work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab your phone next. Okay? And I'm actually going to take your phone from you. Is your code? All right. No. I'm good. We're good. So I'm going to do something that's very out of the ordinary. Ready? I'm going to start with the A's. Okay. Gosh. Okay. I'm probably going to struggle saying tell me the names, right? So, is it Abuelita? Yeah, there you go, Abuelita. I like that. Tell me about it. Grandma. Great. So, we think Grandma would do you a favor to try the product? Put her down on the product camera. Okay. And who's Acacia?
She's not working.
you'll talk to her? So I'm going to start asking you questions, okay? I'm going to start asking you questions. Would you feel like that she would just try the product for you? Do you think she would sit down with you? Or would you think would probably be you? Okay, so would you think that she would sit down with you? And we just got her on a product testimony. It's like she's in the industry. And we just share the product with her?
Yes.
We could do like a product testimony, right? Then we could do a product presentation and that kind of thing. Okay? Okay? She's not struggling yet, is she? Okay. Avia? A-D-D-I-A. Avia.
Oh, that's my car.
Okay, Alex Kahn.
Right there.
Okay, Alex. She can't hear you. Anna? Or Anna?
Yeah. That's not right.
You're Anna? Is she in this neighborhood? Where she live?
Michigan.
Okay. Again, see, it doesn't really matter because I can put her on I can get aunts, moms, grandmas on parties because Zooms are great. Does that make sense? So would you feel like you would invite her to a party, which is like your family, people you love? Do you feel like you want to sit down with her and show her the information, or maybe just show her the product over that Zoom that we're going to do?
She would probably find better to see pictures first.
So put her in the product category. And by the way, just so you know, it's totally normal that we're going to get so many products. You should have a huge product list, a little bit more on the sit-downs, and then maybe 20 to 50 on the party. Does that make sense? Okay. Audrey.
Yeah.
Tell me about Audrey.
She works with me, so
So somebody you want to sit down with, maybe? Okay, put her in the sit-down category. And then we have Aunt Shannon. Which category would you put her in?
I would say products and sit down.
What's going to happen, and you're going to see normally, is we'll get to this really, really quick. I'm not going to go through all the names because then we wouldn't get no training going on. But what's going to happen is she's going to start saying, well, I'll put them in sit down. I'll put her, like she just said. Did you guys hear that? Okay. How about Auntie Cassia?
I don't know.
Tell me about her.
She is skeptical about everything.
Perfect. So, just so you know, everybody prejudges. Every person on this board, including myself. Can I be honest? We all do. But guess what? Auntie Cassia could lead you to Anna Camp. And the worst thing that Auntie Cassia is going to say if she's skeptical already, just get the no. You already expect the no. That one's not going to hurt. Does that make sense? And so what you do is say, look, here's how you approach somebody that's skeptical. You just tell them. Say, look, Auntie, I know you'll be super honest with me. I'd love for you to try this product. I've fallen in love with it. I really need your honest opinion. I know you're one person in my family that will give me your honest opinion. And they would love to do that. Am I right? They would love it. Here's the thing. If she, first of all, if she tries the product, she's going to see results. Okay? Second of all, if she is skeptical and she's not interested, nothing's changed. You already expect her to say no. Let's just get the no. Because if you don't, maybe I meet her one day and she starts at my business and then she's my next on account. Because you never said anything. Is that a good point? Yeah. There are times when you meet people and you're like I got a guy right now. No joke. I'm going to call it Dylan here. Got a guy right now. I did the freaking sit down for him. That I personally recruited a long time ago. And he signed up underneath the guy underneath me and my team because I never called him. And you know what he said to me in the sit down? All you had to do was call me, man. I love you. I'm like, right? So I want you to know that even me. I'm not sure I have a really cool, okay? How about Auntie Paris?
Yeah. She likes everything. So.
She does? What category would you put her in?
Product.
Okay. We got baby eaters. That's probably what does that mean?
It's my little sister.
Okay. How old is she?
She's She's 17.
She's almost there. How about Becky?
Yes.
Okay. What category?
Product.
Okay. How about Bev?
Who?
Bev. Just says Bev. Here we go again. Tell me about Bev. Now, here's what I will say. If there's someone you don't like, I wouldn't want to work with someone I don't like.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? So if I hear that out of her mouth, I'm moving on. Does that make sense? I wouldn't want to work with someone I don't like. I don't care if they came in this business. I'm just being mean. So, is that good? You don't like her? She's still on your phone then.
She has to be there.
Good. I'm not going to say that. Tell me about her. We ain't sharing this one, but it's kind of funny. Okay? So where's she going? I'm going to turn red right now. It's looking hard. Okay. Where would we put Jay? Okay. And how about Brittany?
Product.
Okay. Cassie. How about Jess Chandler?
Yes. Product.
Okay, and I want you to start thinking about people you would invite people to your house, like a party, somebody you would love, somebody you care about too. Okay. So, Shay, S or CH.
Yeah. Shade. Product.
Good. Chanel,
Yes. Product.
Courtney. Want me to call her?
No.
How about Dad? You know that one, right?
Yes.
Dads and their daughters, you just tell them to sign up, okay? Just say, you sign up, Dad. Dr. Frog, who's Dr. Frog? Okay, perfect. Try the product.
Wait, that's my song.
You know it? Yeah? He's a big dog. Yeah. I love talking to big dogs. Is it? Yeah, then me and him won't get along. How about EAC? Is that a business job?
That's for my job.
Okay. Abby?
Yeah.
Who's Abby?
She's just a different person.
So here's what I would say. Somebody that you think aren't interested, you think are. True? Would you guys agree with that? Yes. Am I telling the truth when I say that? But somebody, that 19-year-old could lead you to mom and dad will lead you to on camp too. So that's why I say that. So when I see that you're still on the fence with this one, maybe just put her in the product category or sit down with her and just get that no. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. It's not going to hurt us. And then we have LG. Yeah, it's not going to hurt. We're not going to, yeah. What about this one? This might be a good one, actually. That one might be a good one. She is awesome.
No.
Yeah, I would probably say no.
Somewhere else.
Yes. So Jamisha? You have Janisha and Jamisha.
Yeah, which one?
Jamisha.
Yeah. She was one of my classmates in college.
Okay. And what about Janisha?
Yeah, she was my neighbor.
See, well, so are we on your party yet? Are we going to a party yet? Are we getting back at this yet?
Half of our list is in Michigan.
So that's okay, so what, we can still do a party with them?
Really?
Yes, we can still invite, so, okay, so that's good to know. Okay, so half that list we can still invite to a party. So just put that maybe slash. Because Zoom parties work just as good, guys. Okay? You have John?
He's in Arizona though. That would be under product.
Okay. She's got a funny text too. Juice too?
That's my little sister. She's only 13.
Not working. Kate?
Yeah, that's my manager.
Anyone?
Product.
Oh, she look at that. She's like, yeah. How about LaShawn?
That's my brother. I don't know.
How old is he?
17.
She's not there yet. How about Lish? Lish. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'll put her under product.
Good.
Why don't you choose 17? If they like the product, they're going to want to.
You can, but I'm in a big group setting, so I'm being politically correct. Yeah, I mean, 17, Makai was 17 when he got started. So, I'll be honest. Yeah. How about Mariah? We'll stop here in a second.
Okay. I haven't really spoken to her in a while. I don't know.
So here's the thing. Anybody you haven't spoken to in a while, we can either do a sit down with or get them to try the product. Just get the information in front of them. Maybe send them a video. Just to kind of, if you haven't spoken to a while, maybe you want to get to know them first. Like, how are things going? And just catch up, that kind of thing. Maybe you can put them in that kind of category too. Okay? So, there's some more funny names in there, by the way, especially the text you just got. Here's what I would say though. So I can get a list of 100 in 20 minutes. She's probably got 30 names down there right now. You see what I'm talking about, right? So she's got like at least 30 names down there right now. Okay? And most people wouldn't get that far. Because we don't grab the phone. Did she get mad at me for grabbing the phone? Was it weird? No. She does some funny names in there, but we all probably do. Okay? But here's what I would say. Half of those on the product side, we can invite to a Zoom party. And so tell me, why are you doing this? So why do you want to do this? You're working at Wells Fargo. What do you see about it? What makes you want to do this?
Basically just providing more for my life than what I'm doing now. Everyone in my family struggled, and I'm the only one who loves Michigan to not struggle. But I was doing the same things that I still lead me to struggling, and I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you want? So here's very important. That's not enough. Not enough. That's not going to get you anywhere. Okay? There's something that's in there that I'm going to find that's going to drive it. Okay? So what I'm going to say is this, inside that there's some good stuff. What she just said, right? First of all, you're young. How old are you?
Just turned 20.
Yeah, and she's already thinking that way. I pray my daughter is going to come and thinks that way. Seriously, when I was 20, I was not thinking that way. So inside there's a lot of good stuff. And it probably comes from, you say your family struggled. That's where I grew up in too. I was going to be that person. So you want more. What are some of the things you want? If money was an option, what would you do?
I would go back and get my grandma. She has an old raggedy house that she wants to get out of, and I can go get her. She would be with me.
Okay, so here's what I need you to do. I need you to take a picture or go on Zillow or go on any of those, any app these days that has a picture of grandma's house. I want you to take a picture and put it out in your house. Maybe put it on the refrigerator, maybe put it on your mirror. And the reason why I say that is she wants to get grandma out of that house. That's a pretty darn good why, wouldn't you agree? And she's 20 years old. That's something that would drive you. Are we getting somewhere now? So what else? What else would you do? You're 20 years old. Money's not an option. What else would you do with it?
I have sisters, so I would make sure they are in a good school. Mm-hmm. That's actually going to get them education. And my mom is broke, so I would help her do all her bills and just get her to a place where she doesn't need anything, she doesn't want anything.
Okay, so these are all things, and you're only 20, but these are big things that I'm sharing with you right now. This will make you super successful if you use that as a motivation to move forward. And that motivation to move forward has to be in front of you guys. Right? When you look at Danny Gasling, still today, in his book, he has a picture of his dad carrying him as a little baby in a pink tutu. There's actually a picture of him in that, but I will not do that. It'll kill me if I story, I forget what it said, but it was something like, Mom and Dad, I don't care about you, therefore I don't work, I don't do this business, something like that. And I'm just calling you to let you know that I'm a loser. Something like that. He had on his whiteboard. And that was not what I said, but very similar. Okay? And for me it was, I was going to come home and tell my kids that Daddy quit on you every time I don't share this product or opportunity with someone daily. Right? And for you, it's taking that picture. It's going back to Michigan. It's understanding how you were brought up. I was brought up into it so many times. I lived with my grandma on periods. But we were broke too. So I understand. And so, but if you use that, I could tell, the reason why I could tell your grandma was a good one is I could feel you getting a little choked up in there. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get there. Something that hits the heart. So to be successful, you need something that hits the heart. That's all it is. You guys get that? All you need is something that hits the heart. You don't need 8-year school in school. You don't. All you need is work ethic and something that hits the heart to win in life. You guys get that? So important. So important to understand that, because there are people sitting in this room like, well, I barely graduated high school. Well, welcome to the club. That doesn't mean anything, does it? Have you ever seen, like, there's a picture out there of 2 Lamborghinis, a Ferrari, and I think a Bentley or something, maybe an Aston Martin. And it says, I was a C student, and all the A students work for me. Right? So really, does that really matter? But in our past, we dictate that matters. Well, my family's never been successful. I'm not going to be successful. Can I be honest? No one's ever been successful in my family. It's changing. My kids don't know what average looks like. You're 20 years old, and you did the right thing. I always tell people that God's giving you a gift, and all you have to do is open it. This is a gift. You just got to open it. You have to realize your potential, and inside your potential is your grandma, it's your mom. It's her not struggling, it's paying those bills. It's you picturing that day that you're paying one of your mom's bills. And what I would do is I would do it one at a time. You take one of those bills, pay it off. Right? Treat this like a business, right? If you treat it like a job and say, look, all I want to do is I'm going to pay this bill off. So this is very important for all of you guys. Some of you guys may have a $10,000 bill that you just want out of your life. And you can take Nerium and say, well, I'm going to get $10,000 in Nerium, and this bill is going to be gone. And then you take the next bill, and you take the next bill, and you take the next bill, and next thing you're debt free from your Nerium International, but that was driving you because you don't want that debt. Does that make sense? It's treating this like a job till it pays you like a business. If all of us in this room treated it like a job, all of you would be training. Does that make sense? Because at your job, you work your butt off, am I right? For someone else, that hopefully gives you 3.5% raise that you normally don't get. Right? What if you just said, you know what, my family's important, my legacy matters, and I'm going to build this for my family too. When I'm sitting here and I'm going through this list, and then I hear these little things, I always get someone's wild. But I'm always very truthful. I didn't hurt her in any way. But a lot of times people will say, you know what, I want freedom. Or I want more money. Well, everyone wants freedom and everybody wants more money. What would you do with it? That's why I said, well, you know what? Let's take it to another notch. If money didn't matter, what would you do with it? And you start to get people pull things out of people. And it's for me, it's just being able to help people. It's being able to do more. It's being able to give back more. It's so much to it. Does that make sense? It's not being stressed out. That stress sucks. Right? But you know what? I'm just not willing to come home and tell my kids I'm going to quit on them. So much so that I'm in Kansas City today. Because they will never see what average is like. Does that make sense? So much so that I'm here in Kansas City today because I will never show them what average is like. It's important to me. It's important for me to get you on the stage to really understand it, and I really mean this with everything in me, to really get that picture. Okay, put a picture of your mom up. And I want you to look at it every single day, and I want you to say, look, whatever you want to say, but here's how you approach people now. Okay? So when you approach someone, you just say, look, you can say whatever you want. These are ideas. I want you to say what you would say from your heart. I'm giving you ideas. I don't believe in scripts. They don't work. People can feel them. Does that make sense? You need your friends and your family to feel you. Your heart needs to come out. Okay? So, if you want no skeptical people in your life, come from your heart. Because when people are skeptical from your heart, there's something wrong. Next, move on. Okay? So the way I see this is I would say, when you're talking to your friends, talking to your family, say, look, I found a way to help my granny to get out of the house that she's in. She lives in, like you said, an old raggedy house. I want her out. And I'm super excited about it. It's something I can work on for myself. And I'm going to the people that I love and care about most. You're one of them. When can we sit down? Can you try this product? Can you come to my house? Now, if one of them says, I can't come to the house, then great, when can we sit down? I'd love to share it with you. Okay, it's important that you teach someone that when they're calling for parties, you say, great, you're going to get people to say no. Perfect example, gentleman in Minnesota got 17 no's out of calling like 40 or 50 people. If he didn't do what I did, I would have a frustrated person on the other line, wouldn't I? Wouldn't you guys agree? But he had 17 sit-downs. Instead of 17 no's that I was doing for him. Does that make sense? That's a big deal, guys. I can tell you that was a big deal for him. We signed up, I think, 7 of them for him. That's a big deal. Right? And I did the work. He did the ushering, I did the work. Does that make sense? He gives the offering. Okay? So very, very important that when you invite with that why. And that why is great. I don't even go too much in really much deeper because I felt it. And I know you, I can feel it right now. Yeah, I can feel it right now. I can feel it. You'd be very easily, if we kept going and started talking about it, if I really went into grandma, that I could get her to cry. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I cry anyways.
Yeah, I'm a crybaby too, so we'll do well. Okay. My whole point is that when you invite that why, the skepticism goes away. And it wasn't very hard for me to sit here and grab her phone and get 30 names in 10 minutes. Less than that. Was that very difficult? Can anybody in here do that? Did I do something that anybody can't do? You guys get my point? I'm not doing anything that someone can't do. So it's so important that when you sit down with the person now, she's going to go sit down, she's going to book her sit downs, which the good news is we're going to help you do these for you. Okay? You're just going to be there like on Zoom, and it's going to look like a bunch of different Brady Bunch pictures. That's not what it looks like. Anyone ever been on Zoom? It's freaking awesome. I sit there all the time. And then we're gonna have a presentation. You're gonna sit there, you're gonna share your story why you're doing this, and the next thing you know, we're gonna share the product with someone or the business. Does that make sense? And in the end, we're gonna be like, oh, please get back to us. We're gonna follow up with you, see what you're interested in. Maybe you're just interested in trying this product. Or maybe you want to know more and we'd love to sit down with you and share more information. But I never say maybe you're just not interested. I'm not going there. Does that make sense? So when you sit down with a brand new person, the key is with a brand new person is this list which is on the slides. Am I right? But what isn't on the slide is grabbing someone's phone and actually going through, starting with the A's, and what you're going to find there are people she wants to prejudge. And there are people on my list I wouldn't want to prejudge too. A lot of times it would be because, like she said, I just haven't talked to that person and it would be uncomfortable to say go right into business with someone. And it would, wouldn't you guys agree? But with that person, what you would do is you start, forming them. What are you doing for fun these days? Where you work. Start getting to know them again. Does that make sense? And eventually, guess what they're going to go? Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm in Kansas City and I love what I do. I get to help people look younger, and I'm already young. Or whatever you want to say. Does that make sense? But what you're going to find is that and using your why will really help you do this business. It's so important. It's so, so important. And when you look at these slides, let me just show you that. We'll show you some of these slides. Well, let's give her a big round of applause, right? I really help you, okay? I would have no issue doing that. Yeah. And it's just you using your why though when you call people. Don't try. What you have to do is resist the itch to pitch. Okay? Because the more you start talking to people about what this is, the more skeptical they'll get. Okay? But as soon as you get, see, here's the thing: you're not skeptical if you solve something from somebody else. And so that's how you have to remember that the only reason you're interested is you actually went and solved something from somebody else. Does that make sense? But if you do everything yourself for that, the people around you, everyone around you, they're going to be skeptical. That's not how you were brought into this business. Does that make sense? So very, very important. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. This is absolutely 100% authentic. This company is based on the word real. Wouldn't you guys agree? We really, really, truly are. Our core values, one of ours is have fun. One of our core values is have fun. That's one of the ones I live on. Why wouldn't you want to have fun? I don't know what's in the product. I don't care what's in the product. But as a man, this is how you should put the product on, especially if you got a bald head. Okay? You go like this, and then you go like that. Because that's the manly way to do it, right? Just saying. That's how you bring a man back. Okay? The ripple, the big brothers, big sisters. You know, these are kids that don't have mentors in their life. Possibly don't have mom or dad in their life. You know, I mean, that just hurts me thinking that about my kids. Does that make sense? And so, you know, I hear so many great stories. It was such a phenomenal story of how you can just bring it. In such a short time, you can give somebody so little who knows nothing in this world so much more confidence. Does that make sense? That's what we do, guys. That's a pretty cool company, isn't it? And we donated so much money to this cause. Yeah, you have a little. You're a little. You have a little. You were little. Yes. So was that like a really cool experience?
Well, when my parents immigrated to this country, my mom and my dad worked years with us.
That's so cool. Right. Oh yeah.
Sorry. So I do still stay in touch. Her name is Joyce Gala. She's a mom of 2 kids. As I was saying, my parents immigrated into this country, so I didn't have. I have parents. I just didn't have them throughout my whole life. I don't remember much of them being with us. So when somebody told my mom, you could have somebody like this to help you, she signed out. I think you have to be 7 years old, if I remember correctly. And that's when everything happened. And I do now mirror her a little bit because I saw her. She's a businesswoman. She always drove me and she always explained things to me and taught me a lot of things, and I look up to her even to this day. And I actually have a brand partner who has now also signed up. She is a single mom who also has signed up her kids to have a big brother and a big sister. So yeah, it's an amazing organization. The Bowl-a-thon, I remember that. A lot of amazing activities, community service, the culture is just phenomenal. So
that's part of our culture.
It's
That's pretty cool, right? I mean, we do, the things we do in this company is so important. You know, and then I kind of went into this really in detail, but the burning desire is important, and the burning desire starts with your grandma and paying off your mom's bills, one bill at a time. Maybe it's 500, maybe first 500 you pay one of your mom's bills off, and you feel good about that. I think so. How about you guys? What if it was your bill and you had a $500 bill and you paid that one off? And that one's gone. See, you find things that drive you forward. You don't use the things like our past that drive us backwards. Does that make sense? Because your past is so willing to catch you and wants to hold you back. It wants you to keep you average. Does that make sense? And so you always have to be coachable. I'm very coachable. Still today, I'm very coachable. I think my work ethic speaks loud. You know, I love what I do. I work very hard every single day. But I still have fun. I'm at every one of my kids' practices, most of their games. You know, and Dad just did it right, on Thursday before that. He goes, what? Can I just say what he said? He said, what the hell do you do? What he said to me. He said, it's 10 a.m. I'm at a game. 1 o'clock, I'm at the game. He's not. Then I'm at the 5 o'clock game. He's like, dude, what? My kids say you're at every game. And my kids tell me you're at every practice. Do you work? Right? But that's that conversation that I get to have. I help people with comfort. What do you do? Does that make sense? And so I'm always looking for someone that day that needs me. Does that make sense? Someone today is going to approach me. Does that make sense? Very, very important. Okay? So this is just a great concept. When you look at when you're always by yourself in work, you never have somebody else. You never buy time or leverage. Does that make sense? And so this is, if it's you put in 5 hours a week, eventually you're going to find people. When you have 5, they put in 5 hours a week. Now that's 25 hours a week, and it goes to 125, and so on and so on. Am I right? Here's what I would say. This slide right here would become massive, so massive, if you did the 5 things that I shared with you, which is book to sit down with your team. Sit down with someone and get that list. The products, the sit down, the parties. And who are you going to do the product Zooms with? Who are you going to do the Zooms? And some people say, I get ahead of myself, but I got to do it right now. So when you're on parties, you ever heard someone say, well, I'm not doing parties? Danny Gatsby said he's never doing parties. And so I did 3 months of over 100, my third month, 150-something people on the team did parties. And he saw my volume. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to start doing parties. Ask him. He'll tell the story. Danny will tell the story. And I track my business. I ask you to track your business. I want you to track how many sit-downs you're doing, your team's doing, how many parties your team's doing, how many before and after pictures your team you're doing, how many before and after pictures are you doing. If you track these things, guess what? You're focused on growth. Track your business. It's not that difficult. And eventually what you're going to have is a big difficulty if you can't track it anymore, which is a good thing. But what happens is that you've done it so long that everybody underneath you does it. Does that make sense? This is so big, okay? So big to understand these philosophies. This is such a big one, too. This is like so true, too. There's a computer here. So, you have, as an entrepreneur, you have an entrepreneurial mindset. You got to be a leader. You have, it's a business. You're an owner. Right? You got to have you want to have success in the culture, the goals, and responsibility. That's a big one too, isn't it? Right? These are all things that are going through our head. Am I right? And so here's what I would say. You want to always hit 100% of your goal. Look, here's the truth. None of you have never not hit a goal. Do you guys get that? Everyone in this room who's always set a goal has always hit some of that goal. Am I right? You might have got 20% of it. You might have got 50% of it. You might have got 75% of that goal. But in your mind, you got 0% of it. Am I right? Because you didn't hit that rank or whatever that goal was. Guys, I would say start adjusting your goals to obtainable goals. Something you can do. Right? Every single month, I set my new goal. Or what I'm going to do. How many people I'm going to do. Does that make sense? And so, very, very important in your mind, set goals that are obtainable. Whatever it is. Maybe it's, I want to get 1 recruit this month. Great. I want to help them book 10 sit-downs, 2 parties, 25 pictures. Awesome. Or you know what? I got 10 people on my team I'm working with. I want to help them grow by 1,000. I want to help them book sit-downs, book parties, pictures, products. You guys get my point? Is that difficult to do? And everything I just said, you can actually do from your own house. Pretty crazy cool. Am I right? So these are things that a lot of people get taken back by, like, oh my gosh, right? There's always, very, very true, there's 4 types of knowledge. You got to learn on it. You come in, you're at the utmost excitement with the highest level of anxiety, right? Right? And you just want to learn everything. Or if you're a scientist, you don't do anything until you learn everything. Does that make sense? You got activity knowledge. And guys, this is the one I never get out of. This is the one you should never get out of. It's just, you want to get more recruits, you want to have 16 recruits in 5 months? Activity. I'm not special. I talked to a bunch of people. I did a bunch of sit-downs. A lot of people try to bother. That's it. That's it. Okay? Now you're bringing me water, sweetie. Isn't she just awesome? She's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Technology, or teaching, sorry, what am I thinking about? That's why I can do this, you guys can do this. But that does not say technology. But it does have the word teach and no. Okay, whatever. And then modeling on. So you ever heard the one, do one, teach one, watch one, do one, teach one, watch one? Right? And so very, very important. There are times in your business where if I'm doing 5 parties for someone and I feel like, you know what, they can do the 6th one, I'm going to come to the 6th one and actually let them do it. And then I don't need to be at number 7. Does that make sense? Because remember, it's all about duplicating people, but never, ever, let me say this, do I ever leave that person. I'm always working with on campus, and I don't need to. Does that make sense? I'm always working with leaders on my team. You never leave them. I'm always there. I'm always supporting them. But you always have to be in a business where you're teaching people how to do the business so that it duplicates. It's the philosophy of, teach someone to fish, they eat for a lifetime. Give someone a fish, they're always asking for more. Am I right? Very, very, very true statement. So this is a great slide as well. This is one of my favorites. This is absolutely true with anything that we do in our life. When I look at my kids playing basketball, shooting 200 shots a day, it's up to over 1,000 shots. I can't even keep up. It's way more than 2 hours a day. But when I see their progress and who they are, and I watch them tell kids on our block that they can't play because they want to play basketball. Right? Which is unheard of in most kids, am I right? And so these are things that they learn from the side edge. And their disciplines have only shown this. Right? The varsity coach tells, he's like, I'm going to test your son. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but I'm going to test your son. So he grabs my son. He says, do this. And so Braden does it. He goes, do this move. And Braden does it. He goes, do this. And Braden does it. And he does another one. And he goes, do this move. And then he kind of had to explain to him, here's what I want you to do. And so he's like, I was testing his motor skills. And your son's an A, he's damn near an A+. He's an A all day long. I can tell him to do something, he goes do it. But when I tell him, he's teaching him a new move every single practice, and he comes back and he implements it the next day. Because he goes home and works on it. He goes, if I had 10 of you, we would dominate. Right? He goes, you just can't teach that. He goes, he has a drive that I have seen in a long time. Their number 1 player, he says, my son is a better athlete than. Right? And it's just, he goes, over time, your son will be amazing at this game. Because he wants it so bad. It's not, you can't teach that. Does that make sense? And so guys, you have that same drive in you. It's what you do every single day. You don't think that talking to someone today or doing one sit down today really made a big difference in your business. But if you did one today and another one the next day and another one the next day, over time in 30 days, and you did 30 sit downs, what would happen in your business? It'd be pretty good, right? And what if you duplicated that in your business? That would be pretty awesome, actually, wouldn't it? Very, very, very important. The why I kind of went into, my why has changed. My why is, it's not that I'm broken and all that stuff anymore. It's definitely not. But, I'm still a kid. I'm very much a kid still. I really am. I mean, I like being stupid and fun and being a smart ass, if I'm being honest. You know, I really do. And we know Cole and Jay, we mess around a lot, right? And, you know, now, you know, this is something I've always been a dreamer. Like, teacher ever tell you stop being a daydreamer? You know, for me, I've always been. You know, when I first got started, I put the Lexus picture on my horn, and it was a Highlander. And in that Highlander, you couldn't even open the door because there was no door handle on it. You could roll the window down because the electric didn't work. Okay? So if I had to say hi to open the door from the inside and say, what's up? Okay? That's how bad it was. Okay? So I still had a Lexus symbol right on my horn, and 18 days later I was driving my car. If I was driving a Lexus every single day. Does that make sense? And whenever I do something, it's all over my house. I was at Overland and Mike's house. It is awesome. Their house is painted with their goals. Awesome. Their kids, their son has their goal of, I want to be a 350 average. I want 25 stolen bases. I want 30 home runs. You know, all detailed. Right now he's in Canada playing ball. Right? Which most kids, that's a big deal. It comes down to what you really believe in and what you think and what you can focus on. It's so true. So true, guys. And so my why today is I want a lazy river that connects to every one of my family and friends' house. Yeah, and it won't be in California because they don't have land. 0 land. Okay. You know, I mean, I want a zip line that goes into my pool. I want a lake in my backyard that I can use my jet skis and have little jumps. You know, like jumps. You're like jumping in the air. I told you I'm still a kid. Don't tell me you wouldn't want to come. I mean, I'm dead serious about this. And I'm so serious about it that I have friends of mine that are designing their own backyard. And one of them wants a volleyball court. One of them has 3 holes of a golf course in their backyard. Okay? And I want to have red light, green lights in a lazy river so that if Lenny's not home, or Lenny. Well, if Lenny's not home, I'm going to move on to maybe Jason's home. Does that make sense? Or maybe Raylan and Mike are home. Does that make sense? And you're getting the water with you. Okay? So, I mean, these, now here's what I do know. I have 0 control of what our house looks like. Just being honest. But when the backyard, it's mine. She knows that. It's mine. So I'll give you an example. On a campsite, well, Dale, wouldn't you think we would need a helicopter pad? What if we forgot someone and we had to go get someone? She's just thinking out. Again, that's a whole new level, isn't it? A whole new level of thinking. And this is something that I promise you will happen. I'm going to have lazy rivers that connect to all my family. People send me lazy rivers on private messages almost every month. Almost every month, because I share the story with everyone. Right? I mean, that's really what I want. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't you want to be in that neighborhood? If not, that's kind of weird. I think. But I mean, a why is not just, it's not just money, and it's not just freedom. It's giving back. It's doing things that you never thought were possible. It's traveling the world. It's showing yourself that you did it. That's important. Showing yourself because you went out there and you did these 5 things and you worked for it, that you can live the life that you've always wanted to live. Does that make sense? And that's where I live. I'm not special. And I told my commitments last night, I am not better than anyone else. I am much better at getting a no than anybody in this room. That's all it is. And you notice I said that I'll challenge anybody in this room. That's just who I am. Does that make sense? I'm not afraid to get a no. Because I know that there's someone in there that might be my next Anna King. Does that make sense? This girl from Kansas City, she might be a 5-star national market driver. And I was expecting somebody that needed me that day. And all I did was be a nice guy, a gentleman, which is carry her heavy luggage and put it up for her. And I asked, well, what do you do? Where are you going? That wasn't difficult, was it? So, you know, it's if you can get this part where, you know, and here's the thing, guys. I would challenge you, you know, getting Granny's house box picture and a picture of Granny and Mom and putting it everywhere in the house and really challenging yourself every day and say, look, I am doing this. I didn't talk to someone today. I better go do that. Does that make sense? So important to do. Like at 20 years old, at 22, 23, you can be looking back going, my gosh, look at what's happened to me in 3 years. And then that why that you have is way different because now your sisters are your family starting to go, well, maybe we can be successful. And it was because you made a decision. Does that make sense? It's a decision. That's all it is. I'm here to tell you guys with everything in me that I am not special. I am not going to come home and tell my kids I'm going to quit up. I am not going to show my kids what average is like. And that is it. What drives you? Find it. There's something that does. Before you leave this world, wouldn't it be nice to leave a legacy? Wouldn't it be nice to leave a legacy? And you can do this. This is not rocket science. I know nothing about the product. I still don't. But I will dominate. Does that make sense? And I expect myself to dominate. My kids expect me to dominate. That's important. Okay? Very, very important. So, find whatever works for you. Here's the 10 core commitments. We really have gone through this, but just want to share something with you real quick. Most of us will do the training and the weekly results, come to the weekly market party. Most of us won't share the products. Most of us won't do 2 a day. We'll probably complete the new probably 50% of it. New brand partner training. Some of us will attend the monthly regionals. Some will come to the major quarterly conventions. And some will do personal development. And most will try and find a workout partner. And a lot will try and stay for a year. Am I right? Sit down to parties, pictures, Zooms. These are what will dominate. And all of these happen automatically. More people come to regionals. More people come to market parties. More people come to conventions. Why? Because you're doing more activity. Pretty simple, isn't it? Very, very simple. Right? And so when you have an event like this, whether it's me, Danny, Cole, Jason, Whitney's, it shouldn't matter who it is, everyone should still be here. The same people should be here next week a month. Wouldn't you agree? It really doesn't matter, does it? I go to all the events because Cole might say something that I haven't heard before that I can add to my repertoire. Right? Does that make sense? I go wherever I go expecting someone to say something that's going to help my business. Does that make sense? So it's very, very important when I look at where we're going. I can see 5 times this room, with a little bit of work ethic, with a little bit of activity. More sit-downs, more parties, more pictures. And all of you guys are in here like, well, do you have a product for me? Do you have a product for me? Do you have a product? I need more product from you. I want to start hearing those stories. And it comes down to just you matter. And that's very, very important. And a lot of, and I say, one thing that really hurts me a lot of times is I'll go to market parties, or I'll go to a regional, something like this, and I'll see a mom, and to me moms are like superheroes. Right? I forget who I was just telling you that women are way stronger than men. And if you don't believe me, have a baby. Try and watch a man have a baby. Not happening. Okay? Try and watch a man have the stomach flu. We are babies. Right? If my wife is sick, and Dale Munger stay in bed, and my wife would just do her own normal day. We might puke in the trash can and just still keep going. Which I could never do. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why guys are weak like that. But it's true. But one thing that really bugs me is that I watch some moms be superheroes. I mean, just taking care of kids is a full-time job. Am I right? Right? And so, but to be able to do all the things that you do in a day, imagine what you can do with a little bit more effort in this business. And all it comes down to with most moms is that they feel like you're letting your kids down. Like I'm not there for them. Am I right? And I like what Sam White, really good. sweetheart. You guys understand why she's amazing. Or Jen Gibbons or any of them, like they always feel like they're letting their kids down. But look at what they've done. They haven't let their kids down. They've shown them what can really happen if you put a little bit of work in. Does that make sense? And I watch, some moms, they just don't believe they can do it. And the reason why I'm talking about moms right now is because if you can do what you're doing now, you can share that with this business. If you can take care of that family the way you take care of that family, and you do the things that pop up in your life that most men couldn't handle, let's be honest, I know that when I have the baby girl and Vanessa tries to leave me alone with her, I'm going to freak out. She's not come home in 10 minutes. Right? Whereas, we could be gone all day. And you don't want to hear a peep out of my wife. But if I'm there for 1 hour, I'm crying like a baby. Am I not telling the truth? I'm calling out dead right now. But my point is that you are so powerful. You really are. And imagine what you could do here. Imagine what kind of legacy you leave those kids. Are you really letting those kids down, or is it much better that you can leave a legacy for those kids? That you can show those kids what average. Never really thought. They don't know what average, because most moms don't sit down. There's always something they're doing. I was telling my wife, like, babe, there's a chair. Like, just sit here for like 5 minutes for me. And she can't do it. Vanessa can't do it. She's 8 months pregnant, she still can't do it. I'm like, babe, let me do it. It's ingrained. It's so ingrained in you guys. You have that power to be so powerful here. And crush this thing that you've never crushed before. And you have such an amazing tool, which is your babies, that you love so much, which I do too. What could you do if you use that as your power? Your superpower. You became super moms. Imagine. I use that as my cape. I'm super dad, not super mom. Jason's super mom. I had to do it, bro. So, but seriously, my kids are what drives me, and I would say that would be an easy one for you, for moms. And I had one conversation with a mom who just didn't believe in herself, and it wasn't her. The whole time it wasn't her. You know who it was? God pisses me off. Like everything inside me wants to go to that person and just knock down that door. Right? So I've read too many books on the laws of success. It talks about the power of a man and a woman. If a woman were to just motivate their husband all day, you would see amazing things happen. If a man would do the same thing to their woman, to their wife, you would see the same action. Isn't that crazy? We don't get enough recognition, do we? And I'm trying to give you recognition right now for who you are and what you do on a daily basis and how strong you truly are. One thing that I will tell you is this woman is now a 2-star national marketing director. I get emotional. Only because it didn't matter if he didn't believe in her. That wasn't her pride. Does that make sense? Oh, he believes in her. I'm not telling you that's not cool. But it wasn't the fact. He just felt like he was supporting the house. He felt like he wanted to be the one to support the kids and the wife and that kind of thing, right? It was just more of his ego than him never not realizing that he was holding his wife back for something that she truly wanted. And maybe doing it, and not maybe doing this business for her was what she needed. She needed something else to make her whole. Is how she felt. And that to me is awesome. Right? And so sometimes you got to bring your husband to the bed. And let somebody like me smack him around a little bit. Right? The truth is, I don't think any man would really. There's some men out there that would do that on purpose. But here's what I would say: go back to him and tell him